Okay, so today messing around with the Dodge, needs rear brakes, and I'm gonna do what most people do and put the third gen rear disc brakes on there because they have like a inch and a quarter larger diameter rotor assembly on it. Same caliper, same brake pads, slightly different mounting bracket so it can clear the larger rotor. So you really just get a little bit more leverage out of it. I know I'm about 982.67 thousand years old, out of date doing this swap. Everybody else seems to have done it. Truck's already got a third gen track bar assembly on it. Looks like I've got, I don't know, I saw a lot of arguing about what generation these wheels are. They're off of a 22. Some guys call them 5th gen, some guys call them 4th gen, some guys call them 4.5 gen. I don't really know, but I like the way they look. A little bit nicer than the aluminum ones that this came with factory. And it's approximately the same size tire. For the price I paid for all of it, it was a pretty good deal. I couldn't complain. You do, on these, have to get, where is it? A new banjo bolt for the brake line, at least on most of them. The old crusty ones that are on here, I believe, are a 5/16 thread. I didn't measure it and trying to go off memory from what I read online. These are 10 millimeter by 1 thread. And yeah, basically, as long as you have, as long as you've been a mechanic for like the last 5 days because of the metric stuff, you should have a good set of metric drill bits. You need a 10 mil. You can go just straight through the fitting on the hydraulic hose, and it's a nice fit with the bolt. You don't have a lot of issues with anything. It seals up well, and you don't have that's the end of it. I have read though where guys are getting these reman, and because the caliper is the same caliper as what was used on the 2nd gen, sometimes they're getting them and the threads have either been repaired to the SAE style threads, or they're just getting the SAE caliper because it was on the shelf, and I guess technically or whatever, physically, it's not a technical swap, but yeah, physically it'll fit. And John Boy working the assembly line, if it's a Monday or a Friday, is probably like, well, it looks right, and throws it in the box. So some guys get lucky and don't have to drill anything. It's the whole point of that ramble. I'm just going to set the camera up on tripod. I'm sure everybody's seen half a dozen videos of this on YouTube. I'm just kind of trying to, I'm using this mostly to fill up time. Give me something to do. I don't have anything to do right now besides work on my junk. And just seems like trying to turn this into an interesting hobby of filming me repair and build stuff and then putting it up on YouTube. Could have probably gotten new hydraulic lines, but realistically, these aren't very old. I've replaced all the hard lines and all the soft lines from the master cylinder into the ABS module, and from the ABS module all the way over the truck, every corner, about 6 years ago. So, haven't noticed any cracking. They're dirty. This is my work truck, bad weather truck. When it snows and ices, I would drive this into work. Goes to the dump, goes to the junkyard. That's about what this truck does. Yeah, I'm just going to set the camera up on a tripod, and I'm going to just film it, and then I'll probably speed it up ridiculously. And if I feel like we need to stop anywhere and demonstrate, I'll probably stop and take a picture of the rotor diameters, just so people can get a feel for it. But that's going to be it. so old rotors off, new rotors down, and we're dealing with the old rotors are roughly 12 and 11 sixteenths inches, 11 sixteenths, 11 and 12 and 11 sixteenths, or 12 and 3/4 inches, as I can read. The new ones are in the ballpark of 13 and 13 sixteenths. Yeah, 13 and 13 sixteenths, maybe 13 and 7/8. But that'd be pushing it. Not gaining a tremendous amount, I said, because the calipers are the same two piston calipers, same piston diameters. You know, the bracket's further back, same pads, but with the larger diameter, you do get more leverage. You know, moves your fulcrum point out, or your whatever. I forget the physics, but yeah, it's worth it to upgrade to these. I think, just in general, especially considering the price point. I got mine through Rock Auto, and it only ended up being like $25 more expensive than buying the stock replacement pieces. So, you know, get an upgrade for $25 is tough to beat. So everything's done. Brakes are bled. Stops. Road tested. Works good. Uh, Again, great upgrade. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Probably because I didn't know about it. I actually am way behind the curve on that truck and really just learned about it the other day, randomly. For those of you that saw my little DeWalt drill hang up in that brake line hose, it didn't happen on the first one. That was actually the second one. The passenger side was already done. And evidently, if you know Casey from Casey's Customs, I'm going to have to borrow Pinky from him the next time I need to get a brake hose drilled out, because my DeWalt is not as powerful as the world's most powerful drill. So, yeah.